Yo, Lions Nation, what up? I'm gonna make this short. It might not be that sweet. Okay, I'm getting tired. We all saw what happened Sunday. Let me just give y'all a little history about me. Um, I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 next year. Okay. I've been watching the Lions since as long as I can probably remember. I should be blaming my father for that. But, you know, I wouldn't have had it no other way. I love the NFL. I love football. If I didn't have a love for football that much, I probably wouldn't watch the Lions at all. But the love that I have for football is the reason why time and time again, this team has broken my heart. Sunday's been filled with headaches and heartbreaks for the latter part of 35 years. I've seen some of the greatest Lions players of all time play live. I've seen some of the most horrible Lions players play of all time live. I want to say this and put this disclaimer out there. First of all, I'm terrified to even watch the game with my daughter. She's 8 years old. And sometimes I try to sneak it, like, hey, baby, you want to watch the game with me? You want to watch the game with your dad? And she's like, no. And I don't force her because I don't want to put this hurt off on her, too. It's like being a Lions fan. It's like the pain is like passed down through generations. It's like it's hereditary. You know, this feeling. But if generational curses can be broken, I feel like also the way that we feel on Sundays would change. Now, I was upset about Sunday against Minnesota because we controlled that game. I've even said when we picked up Austin Seibert and they was talking during training camp that he was battling Riley Patterson, I'm like, why is there a competition? Riley Patterson he was lights out for y'all last year. He was lights out for us. And I couldn't even understand why y'all just didn't give him the job. And look up, he's over there in Jacksonville, killing it. I don't think he missed this year. Great kicker. They said Seibert had the stronger leg, but he can't make kicks over 40 yards. I have a hard time getting with that. But anyway, this is not what this video is about. Lions fans, and to a degree, Lions, the media around town, and the people that love the casual fans, that's there when they're doing high, when they're riding high, they're all in, and then when they have a bad game or games, plural, they love to throw that term out there with the three letters. I heard Golf say this the other day on the radio station on 97.1, The Ticket. Shout out to Stoney and Valeni and Rico and Rieger and Woj and all the guys over there. Shout out to them. I heard him say, y'all got to stop saying it. Golf told the media to stop saying it. As long as we keep on saying it, those three dreadful letters that I don't even want to say, but it rhymes with yes, oh well, it'll never go away. No matter how good the Lions are, they can go undefeated, go to the Super Bowl, and lose the Super Bowl on the last play. And somebody will say, SOL. Ooh, I said it. It's embedded in us. What can go wrong may go wrong, and then that term get brought up. Me, I gave up on the team years ago, and they sucked me right back. I give up on them every year, and they bring me back every time. It's because my love for football won't let me just not watch them. And I'm born and raised in Detroit, still live in Detroit. I stay downtown. I live probably 17 steps away from the stadium. And I can't see myself not rooting for my own city, my own hometown. So I'm a Lions fan at heart and by default. I'm also a Steelers fan. I've been a Steelers fan since I was a kid. I just love the gold and the black and yellow, you know. I was also a Raiders fan as a kid. I liked the Raiders. I liked the Houston Oilers for a while when they had Warren Moon as a kid. That light blue, them colors was fire. I used to like teams because of their colors when I was a kid. I really didn't, couldn't understand all the nuances of football. But anyway, enough about me. I need y'all to understand Dan Campbell is a rookie head coach. I know he did some time interim with the Dolphins, and he's been around some great coaches. He's still a rookie head coach with a rookie coaching staff, and he's coaching essentially rookies. They have one of the youngest teams, if not the youngest team in the NFL. He's going to make mistakes. You just hope that he makes more good decisions than bad decisions. Every coach makes mistakes. Y'all got to get over it. I'm sick of it. You're blaming him. Dang if he do, dang if he don't. You said you wanted to coach y'all could not stand Jim Caldwell because he was too conservative. Now you got a coach. Oh, you couldn't stand Caldwell because he was too conservative, right? Then we got Patricia. Can't stand him because he don't do nothing at all. He just a statue. He ain't conservative or aggressive. He just there, riding around on a golf cart, talking about a play he called in the Super Bowl that I don't even think even though he called the play, it was on Malcolm Butler to intercept the pass. Then we get Dan Campbell. He's a player's coach. The team rallied behind him. You see they'll run through a wall for him. They'll play hurt for him. A lot of players don't play hurt when they don't like the coach. They be like, skip that. I'm not about to go out there. Dan Campbell is the type of coach you need. Now, do he make all the right decisions? No. I question some of his decisions. But I don't question him being aggressive. At certain times, I think he cannot be aggressive certain times. But you got to take the good with the bad. Or the bad with the good, however you want to do it. You cannot get mad because we lost the game in Minnesota and try to nail him to the cross because of a decision he made. But when we was 4 for 6 on 4th down, all through the game, it was yes, yes, yes. I didn't hear nobody complaining when we was going for 4th downs, super aggressive during the middle of the game and converting them. Wasn't nobody complaining. Now, would I have went, if I was the coach, which I'm not, would I have went for it on 4th and 4? Yeah, I would have went for it then. I would have. My biggest strength is the offensive line. right? The Lions' biggest strength is the offensive line. So I would have let them win the game for me. I know they stopped us on 4th and 1. Prior to that, that 3rd and 1, when we threw the pass to Josh Reynolds against Patrick Peterson, out of all the corners they got, you targeted Patrick Peterson, the wily vet. He knew to play Reynolds to the sideline. I would have ran the ball. If you don't get it, punt it. But you stop the clock. You know, I don't even blame Dan Campbell for that, or Ben Johnson. I blame Goff for that, even though Goff was balling. Now, I'm not trying to put blame on Goff, but Goff, you see that, you can audible. You got audible. Goff, you also said out of your own mouth after the game that if you would have went up to Dan Campbell on that 4th and 4 and told him, no, we're going for it. Let's pick one of our best plays that's 4 or 5 yards, and we're going for it. He even admitted, Goff, you said it. Goff said, I guarantee coach would have let us go for it. You got to do better. You are a leader. You are a leader. You probably wasn't the leader in LA. Sean McVay ultimately has the last say so. But Campbell say it all the time. Coach say he trusts his players. So if you'd have said that, you're making $30 million. You make more than everybody on the team. You have the say so, the cachet, and the right to tell the coach, we're going for it. You make more money than the entire coaching staff put together. Goff, I ain't got nothing bad to say about you all year. Even last year when people were talking about you, saying you this, you that, I knew you didn't have no receivers. We went from not having no receivers to blaming everything on Goff. He had nobody to throw to. Josh Reynolds came along mid-season. It opened the field up a little bit more. You developed a connection. You already had a connection with Josh Reynolds, but you developed a connection with Amon-Ra, and y'all been taking off since then. I have no problem with you. You've been dotting defenses up. I mean, you've been actually, really, it's a lot of things that went wrong in the game. Some of the stuff was coach. Some of the stuff was the defense. Some of the stuff was missed blocking assignments on our strongest unit, offensive line. I seen my buddy Panay, he whiffed on one. And I think that was that 4th and 1 he whiffed on it when they stopped Jamal. But it's football, it happens. Those guys on the other side of the ball, they get paid millions of dollars too. I seen a lot of missed assignments on the defense. A lot from our linebackers. I love Malcolm Rodriguez. He's a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes, but he does a lot of good. And he does some bad, but that's learning. Receivers didn't drop as many balls as they've been dropping the last couple games. But we're not going to even talk about the kicker. But out of all that, I can't blame the one that can really escape the game without no blame. Is probably Jared Goff. He's probably the only one that I can't say nothing. He played a heck of a game. And that interception at the end, I don't count that. It's not an interception. I mean, it is technically. He's trying to make a play. He's throwing something, heaving it. And I'm surprised he made it down that far. He's trying to make a play at the end of the game. He shouldn't even had to do that. He shouldn't even been in that position. He should have been kneeling the game out. Victory formation. But back to what I was saying, because I did say I was going to keep this short. I've been listening to everybody. And you know what? Listening to everybody rant and rave and going all crazy and mad and want to fire the coach and all this, and that. Only 6 days after Jubilee from beating Washington. I realized the NFL is a juggernaut. Football is king in America. It's the only thing that can make grown men and women act like this. And I'm not mad at y'all. I know y'all heart is in it. I know y'all invested in it. All the YouTube creators with the content, the people that go out and tailgate every day, the people that work in the stadium, the fans, lifelong fans that have been fans longer than me. Like, I get it. Y'all sick of it. But you have to be patient. Heck, most of y'all ain't even have us winning that game. When you looked at the schedule at the beginning of the year, y'all chalked that up as a loss. And you can sit up and say, no, you didn't. Whatever it is, your prediction probably changed after the Washington game. But you already expected them to lose that game. And yes, they was winning the whole game. They went to Minnesota. They swung and missed. They swung at Minnesota and missed. That's that missed field goal, Siebert, at the beginning of the game. Then Minnesota came back, swung at us. We ducked. They missed us. They Corey Joseph. Was it Corey Joseph? No, I'm not Corey Joseph. Joseph for Minnesota, their kicker, missed the field goal. Talking about Corey Joseph, I'm thinking about the Pistons. And then after we duck that punch, we come and hit them in the mouth with a two-piece. Bow, bow, go up 14-0. Then they hit us back in the mouth twice with a two-piece. Bow, bow. Tied back up at 14 at halftime. Then we come out at the halftime and rock their jaw and hit them in the eye. Bow, bow. We up 24-14. And they hit us again and we stumbled. We didn't recover. When they two-pieced us, we stumbled and fell. But I seen the polls. Nobody had us going into Minnesota, beat Minnesota, because you know how this team is on the road. But we got to stop saying that same three letters. That's not us no more. You waiting and looking and hoping for something to go wrong for you can say it. And you've been hurt for so long that you feel some kind of gratification making it seem like you right because your team lost. So you want to feel good making it seem like you said this or you know this or you know football and you said this or I expected them to this. Enjoy it, man. Yes, we in a rebuild. It's year 2. He's going to make mistakes. Dan Campbell know he messed up. He know he messed up. He said he regretted it. Now, if he don't learn from these mistakes and he keep doing it, then we can question him. But have patience. Let him learn. If you made one mistake at your job, let me rephrase this. I bet you made mistakes at your job and you're still employed. Things happen. Football happens. Y'all see they like playing for him. Everybody raving and raving on Dan Campbell. Y'all know y'all like him. Y'all know y'all like him as their coach. He's probably one of the best coaches the Lions ever had. Now, I know it got to translate to the field. I know the wins gotta be there. But if this coach will start winning, he get a 500 record and he start going to the playoffs, y'all going to say he's the greatest coach the Lions ever had. Lord forbid he wins a playoff game or a division title. Y'all going to have statues of him up in the city. So be patient. Yes, he made a mistake. I would have kicked the field goal. The 3rd and 1, I would have ran the ball. Let the car keep running. But they didn't. Okay, cool. They tried to be aggressive, get the first down. They didn't. Okay, we ended up punting. That 4th and 1, that they went for it and didn't get it. What was that at the 30-yard line? Minnesota stopped us. Or 30, around the 30-yard, Minnesota's 30, and they stopped us on 4th and 1. I'd have kicked the field goal then, right? Because it was still maybe 4 or 5 minutes left. 3, 4, or 5 minutes left. So you go up 6, right? So if Minnesota do come down and score a touchdown, you still got a couple more minutes and your timeouts to come down and kick another field goal, right? But we went for it, didn't get it. And then he went for it on We went up, 4th and 4. Then he brought the kicker out. And, you know, if you had a reliable kicker, you could kick and make that. But they don't really trust that kicker. You know, and he just made a mistake. Let him live. It's one game. Okay? We can just come home. We lick our wounds. We come home. We stump Seattle. It ain't going to be an easy win. Because they going to fight. And they got a mobile quarterback. But we put the binks on Seattle. Beat the brakes off of them. Go to 2-2. And then we regroup. Go on the road to New England. New England don't have Mac Jones. They're going to be starting Brian Hoyer. Mac Jones got a severe high ankle sprain. We go to New England, and we spank them. Then we go to the bye. Shorty double cheeked up. Yo. Anyway, we go to New England. Let me get back focused. You know, and we learn from our mistakes. A very beatable Patriots team that was the Lions. I think the Lions got a better team even if they had Mac Jones. I think the Lions, I was picking them to win that game. And I'm not just somebody just picking them to win every game, like a lot of people I know. But I think they can beat the Patriots in Foxborough. They can do it. So they go there, whip on them. We could be 4-2. Going into the bye. That sounds like a recipe for success for me. I mean, I'm good with that. If I'd have told you right before the bye, the first 6 games, we can go 4-2. Or 3-2. I'm sorry, not 4-2. 3-2. 3-2. It's 5 games, then week 6 is our bye. If I tell you the first 5 games, going into the bye, we was 3-2, you would take it. We got to get them players the second round draft picks that's hurt. We got to get them on the field, get them. The future is bright for the Lions. Y'all just got to be patient. Like the Philadelphia 76ers GM said, trust the process. And look at Philly. They title contenders. Trust the process. First couple years Embiid came to the league, I was talking to a dude at my job. He didn't even know Embiid was hurt his first 2 years in the league. I said, yeah, his first 2 years he didn't play. They thought he was a bust. This dude is an MVP candidate every year. Trust the process. They're a young team. They got a young head coach. But that coaching staff is elite. They got a great coaching staff. And they all learning together. They can motivate these guys. They can get these guys to play. And you ain't got to worry about them playing or not. You know how we used to wonder about the Lions, man, is they going to show up? They go out on the road and don't show up. They get blew out the gates. You know, they get blew out the stadium. You don't even know if they still on the you think, like, what team is this? They on the team bus. Remember how we used to think that Martin Luther King or the Cass Tech high school football teams can beat the Lions? Not no more. We're not saying that no more. We know we are talented. We know we got a good football team. We got some talent. We can only get more talented. But they're a decent football team. So hang your head on that. Don't go throughout the week miserable. Watching highlights of the game mad. If you're going to watch highlights of all 22s on YouTube or however you watch your highlights of your game on DetroitLions.com or whatever, or a lot of highlights, or listen to Woodward Sports. Shout out to the guys at Woodward Sports. One of my favorite content for Detroit sports, man. They killing it. I love them over there. Like, look at it and look at it objectively. You got to be able to separate yourself, the emotion. You got to be able to take the emotion out of it. Because that's a lot of times you're not able to judge the game for what it is because you too emotionally tied up in it. And I get it. You love this team. That's football. We genuinely love football. And that's the NFL. That's that shield. That's what brings us back. No matter how much controversy, how many bad and negative things come out about the NFL, we keep tuning in, we keep watching, we keep going to the games every Sunday, every Monday, and every Thursday. No matter what, we're there because we love football. The way they market that game and what they do for the draft, it's an event. Everything about the NFL, it's a whole event. It's an experience. I said I wasn't going to be long. It's been 25 minutes. And I'm saying all this stuff from experience. I used to be that way. I used to. You know, I still get mad though. Still get a little upset. But at the end of the day, I know we are miles and miles and miles further than we was a year ago. Even 2 years ago. We further than that, than what we was last year. Last year we were further than we was the year before, and now we're further than last year. We're coming. The national media and teams, they starting to respect us. They starting to respect us. I know we lost that game, but we're getting respect. We got some talent. We got to lick our wounds. We got to get healed up. The bye week couldn't have came at a better time. We might get Vitae back after the bye. Jonah Jackson should be ready to go after the bye. We might have a Jamison Williams sighting. I ain't going to say after the bye, but maybe in November, maybe Thanksgiving game. I probably wouldn't play him at all, but we might get him toward the end of the year. Let him get fully healed. The offensive line is our strength. It ain't going to do nothing but get stronger. We got to get our defensive line, our young defensive linemen, they got to get healthy. And Lions fans, please, please stop laughing and rejoicing and being happy about other players from other teams getting injured. You reap what you sow. You laughing and being happy because somebody got injured, that's not a good look. Because if something, God forbids, anything happened to one of our players, you ready to jump off the Belle Isle Bridge or the Ambassador Bridge. Or the Mackinac Bridge. Or ready to jump off the overpass. Because you can't take it. Stop doing, it's not, we should never be rejoicing in somebody getting hurt. You know, shout out to Tracy Walker. I hate he got a season-ending injury. You know. But again, it's football. It ain't if you get injured, it's when you get injured. And 98% of the players in the league play hurt. Ain't nobody walking around scot-free unless you the backup quarterback or the water boy. Even the cheerleaders, I know they be having pains and groans and stiffness and stuff. NFL is brutal, man. So again, I say all this to say, man, get Dan Campbell a shot, man. He's going to learn from it. He know he messed up. Let him get right. Let him correct his wrong. His coaching staff is in his ear. He got the players trust and believe in him. He trusts in his players. That's why he go for it a lot. Because he said all the time, I trust my players. He just he messed up. I'm glad it's week 3 and not a game for the division. You know, like the last game of the year against Green Bay, in Green Bay for the division. I'm glad it's not that game. I'm glad it's not a wild card playoff game. Or a playoff game, or regular, or divisional playoff game. Or a conference title game. Let him learn now. Get off his back. Y'all talking about y'all wanting fired and all that. Y'all know y'all love that guy. It's just the emotion. Take a breather. Take a pill. Let's go win these next 2 games. Get into the bye week. 3-2. We good. Most of y'all ain't even expect them to win 6-7 games anyway. I'm signing out. Lions Nation.